I hope my screen is visible now. So now this is a different problem. So now let us go through the question first. So the question is, a multi-story building has the following data. The plan dimension is given as 20 by 15. The number of bays in X direction is 4. The number of bays in X direction is 4 at 5 meter each. Number of bays in Y direction is 3 at 5 meter each. Floor to floor height is 3.2 meters. The number of stories is 4. Total height is 12.8 meters. The size of the column and beam. Okay, so remember this. Here, the size of the column and beam is also given. 300 by 600 mm. Slab thickness is 150 mm. Live load is 3. It is an RCC frame with brick infill masonry. Seismic zone is 4. Hard strata and 5% damping. Estimate the seismic forces at each floor. Okay, so this is the question given to us. We have to find out what? We have to find out the seismic forces at each floor level as we have done in the previous problem. So now let us go through the given data. So this is what is given in the question. So I have drawn the plan and elevation. Okay, so here you can see the plan and elevation on the basis of the given data. So this is a rectangular building. You can see in the X direction it is 5, 10, 15, 20, and in the Y direction it is 15 meters. Okay, so basically it is 20 by 15. And here you can see the elevation. The height is 3.2 meters, 3.2, first floor, second floor, third floor, and roof floor. And this is the given data I have written down. And what we have to do, we have to find out the seismic forces at each floor level. So now let us find out, let us go for the first step to find out the seismic weight. So here the dead load on the roof is given by, so first I will find out the dead load separately and then live load separately, and then we will add this. Okay, so here the dead load on the roof is given by self weight of the slab plus self weight of the beam plus self weight of the column. Okay, so where self weight of the slab is given by thickness into density into plan area of the slab. So the thickness of the slab is 150 mm. Density we have considered 25, and the plan dimensions I have just shown you. It is nothing but 20 by 15. You can see in the plan. Okay, so now we got the self weight of the slab. Now let us find out the self weight of the beam. So here the self weight of the beam is given by area into density into the number of beams. Okay, so this, okay, so here you can see area of the beam. The cross sectional dimension is 300 by 600. So this is 300 width and 600 depth. This is the density and number of beams on one floor. Okay, let us see the number of beams on one floor. So if you count the number of beams, it is coming out to be how much? Can anyone tell me? Okay, if this is the junction is the column, so this is first in X direction देखते 1 2 3 4. ठीक है, 4 beams है, और how many rows are there? 1 2 3, 1 2 3 4. So this will become how much? 4 4s are 16 beams. And in Y direction कितने beams है? 1 2 3. And how many columns are there? 1 2 3 4 5. So this is 15. So 16 plus 15 is how much? It is 31. Is this clear now? 31 कैसे आया? So now this is the number of beams 31, and this phi is the length of the beam. Okay, so this phi is the length of the beam. Length of the beam constant hai, so 5. Okay, so do not consider this. So this you will get the self weight of the beam as 697.5 kilonewton. Okay, so this is density, it is in kilonewton per meter cube, and this is the area of the beam. Okay, dimension into length. So you will get the total self weight of the beam in kilonewton. Is this clear, everyone? So far? Okay. So now let us see the self weight of the column. ठीक है. So again it is given by area into height into density into number of columns. So the dimensions of the column is also given to us in the question, which is 300 by 600. और height क्या है 3.2 and density we have considered 25 and number of columns. Now let us count the number of columns. So here in the plan you can see कितने columns है 1 2 3. ठीक है. So these are the columns. I will just show you. So this is the columns 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 well 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 columns. Okay, so I hope this is clear now. So now we have to find out the self weight of the columns also. So this is coming out to be 288 kilonewton. So now the total dead load on the roof will become the summation of all these things, slab plus beam plus column. Okay, so total dead load on the roof, self weight of the slab कितना है 1125, beam कितना है 697. So now here pay attention, for the self weight of the column we will not consider the entire self weight of the column on the roof. ठीक है. Why? On the roof the column size, the height of the column is not exactly 3.2. So we have taken half of that. Is this clear? If you see on the roof, जो columns है, those they stop at the parapet level only. Are you getting? So that is the reason we have taken only half of this value on the roof slab. Is this clear, everyone? Okay, so 1.6 meters we have considered. Yes, dead load on the roof slab. Is this clear, everyone? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let us move on to the next step. Yes, the next step is dead load on each floor. ठीक है, तो अभी roof slab हो गया. So now let us find out the dead load on each floor, which is given by self weight of the slab plus beam plus column. ठीक है, self weight of the slab we have calculated, this is 1125 and then beam है 697. अभी यहाँ पे देखो self weight of the column we are considering full, तो पूरा value लेंगे 288. So this is coming out to be 2110.5 kilonewton. ठीक है. Now let us find out the live load on each floor. So live load on each floor is plan area into intensity. So again, if the live load is up to 3 kilonewton per meter square, we will consider 25% from table 8. So this 0.25, this is coming out to be 225 kilonewton. Now seismic weight on each floor is nothing but dead load plus live load. ठीक है, तो dead load कितना है each floor पे 2110.5 and live load is 225. So this is the total weight on each floor. Similarly, total seismic weight on roof floor कितना है dead load plus live load. So again we have seen that on the roof floor we do not consider the live load. So on the roof floor the total weight is 1966.5 kilonewton. I hope this is clear, everyone. So now let us find out the total seismic weight. So the total seismic weight is given by W, seismic weight on each floor plus seismic weight on the roof slab. Okay, so total floor कितने हैं 1 2 3 on each floor, and then on the roof floor it is 1966.5. So the total weight we are getting as 8973 kilonewton. I hope this is clear to everyone, how we calculated the total seismic weight when the dimensions are given to you. So this is the way you have to calculate the total seismic weight. Now let us move on to the next step. So now the next step remains the same. First we will calculate the time period. Okay, so time period is given by 0.09 h upon under root d with the brick infill panel. So it is given in the question that the brick infill panel is there. So now, since in the last problem we had seen that the plan was a square, here the structure is a rectangular one. So it's a rectangular plan. So we will find out time period in both the directions, x and y. So TAX is 0.09 into h is the same, and D x direction में कितना है? So here you can see the base dimension is 5, 10, 15, 20, और y direction में base dimension कितना है? 15. Okay, so that is what I have written. This is 20. So this is coming out to be 0.257, and time period in y direction is coming out to be 0.297. Now building is resting on hard strata. It is given in the question. So again, on page number 16, clause number 6.4.5, for hard soil, SA by G ratio is given by 2.5. Okay. So now the time period is also calculated. Now let us move on to the next step to find out the base shear. So here base shear is given by AH into W. W we have already calculated, AH is remaining. And one more thing is given, the damping percentage is 5. So whenever the damping percentage is 5, the damping factor we have to consider, which is 1. This is given in table 3, page number 17. Okay, so I have mentioned all the details alongside the step so that you can refer the IS code and understand. Okay, so this is given on page number 17, table 3. So let me just go through that. Table 3 for the damping percentage 0.5. Okay, so damping is 5%. For 5%, the factor is 1. Okay, so you can just check on page number 17, table 3. So now again, zone factor is given to us in the question, zone 4. So the value of Z is 0.24. Again, this type of the building is not given in the question. Okay, so you can assume the suitable building. So I'm assuming it as a residential building. So the importance factor will become 1. Again, this response reduction factor is also not given in the question. So I'm designing it as a special moment resisting frame. So you can consider either OMRF or ordinary moment resisting frame or special. So I've assumed special moment resisting frame. This is given in table 7. So R is equal to 5. Now we can find out the coefficient AH. It is given, it is coming out to be 0.06. So now we can calculate VB as we have both the values W and AH. So the base shear is coming out to be 538.38 kilonewton. Okay, so now let us find out the distribution of the design lateral force. So the design lateral force at each floor is given by the equation VB into Wi into Hi square upon summation of Wi into Hi square. So now let us find out the lateral force Q. So this I have done in a tabular form so that it becomes convenient for you. So this is the story. So I'm starting from story 4, that is the roof floor. This is 3, this is 2, and this is 1. So here you can see Wi is the total seismic weight on the roof floor. It is 1966.5, and on each floor it is 2335, which we have already calculated. And this is the height, total height at the roof is 12.8, and so on. And this is the value of Wi into Hi square. So this is Wi. If you multiply with this Hi square, you will get this value. And the next term is the ratio Wi into Hi square upon summation of Wi. Okay, so this ratio is nothing but this column. And this is the summation. Okay, summation of Wi into Hi square is I have calculated here. So this is nothing but the ratio of this upon this. So just anyone calculate and tell me whether this value is it correct or not. ठीक है, ये रेशियो मुझे चेक करके बताओ, anyone. Yes, just tell me whether this value is correct or not. How much you are getting, just tell me. Yes, understood my question. Okay, who is this? Devansh is saying correct. What about others? Check करो वैल्यू कितना आ रहा है. First is correct.
So first is correct.
Okay. ठीक है. So tell me qx का वैल्यू करेक्ट है क्या? q का वैल्यू. So q, how you will get? You will multiply vb into the ratio. ठीक है. Directly you will get. ठीक है. I hope everyone is checking. This q value is also the coming out to be the same. Yes, vb कितना है? 538.38. ठीक है. vb is 538.38. ठीक है. I hope this q value is also correct. Just check. Okay. Okay, fine. ठीक है. So this is the way you can do it in a tabular form, which is very convenient. ठीक है. So now after this, the last step is to draw the figure. So I've just shown the distribution of the lateral forces Q on the elevation. So on the first floor, it is 19.59. On the second floor, here you can see 78. Third floor, 176. And on the roof, it is 263.8. So this is the final step of the numerical. ठीक है. So you can also draw the base shear for this, like I have shown you in the previous numerical. Is this clear, everyone? Interesting problem and simple also, I guess. Understood, everyone? If anyone has any doubt, they can ask me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so do these problems properly. Okay, so if it can come because it's a new introduction, new module, new syllabus. Yes, what do you think? What is the difference, Abdul? Okay, we cannot decide, no, compulsory or not, because last year there was no offline paper. Time calculation, only the difference was the seismic weight calculation, na? So in this, the dimensions were given to you. So on the basis of that, you calculated. The rest of the things are the same. ठीक है. First problem simple था, सिर्फ directly the load was given, so we calculated. So in this, the sizes of the each element was given. So now we calculate. So basically that was a square plan, and this is the rectangular plan. Yeah, steps will be the same. Yes, इसमें थोड़ा working ज़्यादा है. ठीक है. So this is more time taking because we have to find out the weight in accurately the seismic weight of the structure. That is the only difference. ठीक है, so you can make a note of this, or I will share this PDF on the Moodle account, so you can go through that. So with this we have completed the numericals of this module. Okay, so now one more topic is remaining from this module, that is ductile detailing. Okay, so that is theoretical part that we will see in the next lecture. What is ductile detailing? Okay, for ductile detailing the code is 1320. Okay, so regarding this numerical, if anyone has any doubt, they can ask me now. Okay, otherwise we can end this session. Okay, fine. Okay, I think the solution is pretty much self-explanatory. So I have tried to include everything in the numerical so that you don't have any doubts. I have mentioned each and every clause, page number. Okay,